So this will be part 8 of our Elm Programming tutorial, and in part 7 we actually covered how to modify a record, and in this case now we are going to be talking about capturing Textbox input on button click. Now when a button is clicked, we have the on click, but when an a text is typed into an input controller into a text box, we have on input. Okay, let's read and see what happens here. First, we need to create a message to store the text box input. Then we need to store what was entered in the input in the model. Okay, let's see. So we have the model here. So we want to store what is entered here, and we also need another message. So let me create a new message. So a message is simply something that happens, some way you can store something when something happens. So think of it this way, but as we do it, it becomes clearer. So let's give this a name, text change. So that's what happened. That's a message. Text have changed. If somebody have entered something, that's a message you want to receive. Okay, so think of it intuitively that way. And what changed? The data type for this for what change is going to be a string. So if you are saying text change, okay, you want to say what's changed. Let's see. So this is kind of the parameter, the second parameter to this. Okay, so we have created a new message now. I'd like to put this in a new line, or it could be in the same line. But normally I think the convention is to put it there in a new line. Okay, like this. Okay, so now note that the text change message has a parameter which is a string. This is a message that was received. The text change message adds the text change message to the view. So let's go to the view. So here on view we have the input. So we need on input here, on input, and this on input is going to, just like on click have message add, on input is going to have text change. Okay. This on input, we need to actually import it. So let me try to see if I can use IntelliSense. I'm going to say fix, add an input to HTML.event. So if I go to HTML.event, so you have on input has been added for me. But I can actually add it right here as well on input. So in that case, I'm just going to delete this one because it becomes redundant. Okay, so when an input happens, we have a message that's going to execute, but now we still have some problem. The update function needs to be told about what happens when this message is received. Okay, so when add is received, okay, it knows what to do. It's going to modify the model and set the first name. But in this case, when text change, I'm going to say case message off. Okay, so in this case, it's going to be text change, and we are going to specify what's going to happen or modifications we need to make to the model. Now, if I actually return the model here, let's see. Why do we have this error? Is this oh, text change needs the text. Okay, so it's going to be new text. Okay, so there is a text that was entered when text change occurred, and text change is fired by on input. Okay. All right. So the model we have here, so we can actually use the let in to actually see what happens. So like we can use the let in, and inside here I want to see what actually changed. Okay. So here I'm going to now write equal to log entered text. It's actually new text. Okay. Why is it giving me this error? And further notation. Why are you giving me this error here? Okay, yeah, so is it indentation? This is a problem. So okay, so now we have entered text. I have to log what is entered. When text change, we have a new text that was entered, and I'm going to actually log it out, this text here. So somehow it takes some time to get your head around it, and the only way to do it is to follow the tutorial carefully Okay, and do it a couple of times. So what we are saying here, when text change message was received, received a new text that was entered, and it's going to log into the console like so. Okay, so I'm going to save file, save everything, save all, and now we are going to test to see that Textbox input is received on input. So this is not on button click, but on input. So let's see, stop the server from running, make this, and then start my reactor, and see. So if I come back here, refresh the page, and delete here. So let's enter something kind of, so you can see when an input occurs, what happens is update executes. It's going to execute this let in statement, and then it's going to execute this one. Okay, all right. So this is exactly what is happening here. If you look at this log here, first name and last name, it doesn't change because this is not executing because button was not clicked, right? But if I click on a button, click again, the genius, you can see right here the genius, and if I enter something here, SO, you can see that the first name actually was changed by the button click, as you can see right here. So this is actually how to modify a record on button click and on input. Now what is left for us to be done is to actually now recompile. Okay, we have to talk about some kind of input validation, say input parsing. We are going to do it in the next part. We are going to be saying how to pass user input and actually maybe update this score. But because for now we can't update this score, I must tell you. Let's talk about this in the next part. We are going to be talking about user inputs. So let's stop here. I remain Kind the Tech Pro. Please subscribe to my channel. And if this has been informative for you, like the video and leave me a comment.